What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to the channel. So today we're talking about motivation, motivational content. If you heard the quote I just said, it's from Epictetus, and I find it a quite powerful quote because when I'm looking at my life, it's very consistent with the way I live my life. I've got these grandiose ideas of where I want to be, but I don't want to take action to get there. I don't want to make the steps. So where does my beef with motivational content come in? Let's jump right into it. So lately I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and a lot of it has been, well, some of it at least has been motivational content, and I don't find it very motivating. So you'll watch like one David Goggins video, and he's just like, "You son of a bitch, wake up, do the work." And like, all right, you can do that, but can I do that? And then the algorithm kicks in, and you get video after video after video of these motivational people trying to tell you how to live your life, and they just don't seem very helpful. And I was trying to figure out why that is, because you would think people pounding this information into your brain would kickstart something, but it doesn't. It actually makes me kind of shut in. It's like, man, I don't want to hear what this guy has to say, because it's going to make me feel bad about myself, because I can't do that. A good example of this would be, I was watching a YouTube video about making YouTube videos, and Mr. Beast got on there, and he's like, you know what, guys? If you want to be a YouTube content creator, the first thing you gotta do is just make a video. And he was like, you're gonna put out 100 videos that suck before you even start to pick up audience. He's like, come back to me in 100 videos, tell me how you're doing. And those are Cliff's notes, kind of an abridged version of what he said. It was more like, get the bad ones out of the way. And while that advice can be useful for me, I was like, man, I don't want to make 100 bad videos. If I'm going to make 100 bad videos, I don't want to start, right? Because you're going to put on so much effort to make 100 videos. You're not going to get anywhere. It's like this insane barrier to entry. So this is what my beef with motivational content creators is they are already there, right? They have already, most of them at least, got to the end game, and now they can look back and give you some advice. And yeah, that's very helpful. It's an authority, and they have been through, supposedly they've been through what you've been through, and they can give you some advice on that. And while they are an authority figure in creating things or motivating, they are also people who have done it. So this begs to ask the grand question, can anyone do it? Because I think it's kind of a philosophical conundrum, if you might. Are those people who have succeeded, like you get your David Goggins, who's like, you son of a bitch, get up, do the work, you know what, stop being a crybaby. Well, yeah, you've done that, but can I do that? Like, maybe I can't. Maybe I cannot physically, in my mentality brain, cannot stop being a bitch. Maybe I was born a bitch, and that's who I'm going to be for my whole life. Listen, I don't know if change is possible at this point. So the advice that they give you is good for themselves, but is it good for you? That's my biggest beef, is can people change, and is this change cultivated, or is it something they are born with? Are you born with the desire to change, and then some people are just born with the desire to be pieces of garbage on the side of a dumpster? Not that they're garbage. I mean, I'm sure they're very nice people. The only really way to figure that out is to start on the ground floor, right? Get motivational content from people who have not made it to the top, right? Because they're still on a journey. They're finding things out. And while they're finding things out, perhaps you will be finding things out along with them. And it's trial and error, man. Because I've never saw somebody start from scratch and say, all right, here's how we're going to do it. Fail, we're going to do it again. We're going to change. It would be nice if there was somebody who had already gotten to the end and then could look back and say, oh, I'm kidding. All right. So that's the grand question. I'm going to turn the page here. So I drew Epictetus, and as you can see, he's looking with very judgmental eyes, and he's giving this advice. You cannot, what was it? Can I reread that? I've got my notes here. You cannot hope to make progress in areas that you have not taken action. Is it possible? Can we do this thing? Why not try it? All right, so this is kind of the documentation of me trying to make change. This is that sack of piece of shit on the side of the road giving you advice, saying, come along with me. Let's see if this thing works. Like, let's see if free will exists. Can we cultivate change being a person who cannot cultivate change? I know it sounds really stupid when I put it that way, but it is somewhat an experiment that we're going to go through. And I think we can do it, you know. Those are the limitations of the study. I wrote them down. These are maybe realization of the grand question insinuates that I am born with the skills. So yeah, that could be, maybe I'm a late bloomer. Perhaps I was born with the skills, but I wasn't able to find them until now. So the grand question of can people change, maybe it's still proven wrong. Another limitation of this study is the desire to cultivate change itself a skill you were born with? So it's kind of the same thing. Maybe I was born with this desire that only now has come out of the closet. So I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. If you ask me, I would say, who cares? Go play some PlayStation. But no, in all seriousness, we're going to test this theory, and I'm starting by making this video. So thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, check out my other video. I now have 2 videos. And I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Peace.